Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night, wherever you may be on this really exciting planet we've got. I've had a couple of lots come in from eBay, which I wanted to show you. But first of all, before we do that, I want to thank people who actually use old stamps, still to this day, in Britain, in jolly old Britain. You know, it helps the hobby so much that when people, instead of just sending it through the machine, they actually put stamps on it. Now I know it may be saving them a bit of money, or costing them money, but just to let everybody know who does send their lots by using old stamps, 11p here, 43 there, 37 there. I'm getting free stamps with that. I'm getting a bonus. I'm getting a Billy bonus. I'm getting something extra above and beyond what I've paid for. So I wanted to just mention that. And it's happened again twice today. I've had another lot, and it's got a soldier. Anyway, we'll have a look at what I want to really talk about today, which is just an update on this family history thing that I've been doing. And I ordered a couple of things. The first one I want to... I've actually... did I put it in the right order? Yeah, the first one I wanted to show you. First of all, I want to go back to the 21st of February 1857, which saw the arrival of the first, a child, I should say, probably the first one born in Australia. Yeah, maybe. No, second. Second daughter, but this daughter did survive, Julia. And she was born and registered in Burnside, which tells me that the family was still residing in the mining town, or townlet even, of Glen, Osmond, Adelaide. So, also sometime after arriving at Port Adelaide, the family resided in Glen Osmond, city of Burnside, South Australia, a suburb of Adelaide, which is a big city. It wasn't so big then, it's huge now. So I wanted something, I do collect covers, so I wanted something with, so that having been said, I wanted something from Glen Osmond. Call me daft, call me silly, but this here, this cover has been to where Julia has been. So we're time travelling here. This thing, why is it always a thing, Jim? This has been to Glen Osmond, or indeed from Glen Osmond. But its very essence, its DNA, has been to Glen Osmond, to where Julia was, and now it's with me. You see how silly I am. It's that sort of thing. What I would really love, of course, is a cover from 1857. There may be one out there. I very much doubt it. And if it was out there, it would cost an absolute premium. But I managed to get this for a song, comparatively. And I get a nice cancel, and it's a first day cover, blah-de-blah. But it's the Glen Osmond. So that goes, does it not, neatly, possibly with an explanation, into that folder. We now go to the next. So we have to go now to the final child of the Coxall family, Herbert, who was born in Creswick, which is in Victoria, and eventually he moved to Reefton. And he was there when he died in 1942. It's around the 1940s anyway. And what we've got here is, again, a similar old thing. Got a nice Reefton council here. This has been to Reefton, been through the postal office in Reefton, which was there when he was there. 1st of October 48, so just after his death. And it's to Mrs. Max Boyd, Post Office, Reefton. So we've possibly got the postmistress there, who may well herself have dealt with post from the Coxalls. Quite likely. Indubitably, I'd say. I don't know. What do I get as a bonus? Well, it's a lovely cover in itself. New Zealand stamps. It deals with... It's an official souvenir cover of health stamps. Health stamps send children to health camps. How about that? It has been for sale over in, I would hazard a guess, New Zealand for $2, which is, £2 here. And I did get a number... I bought this within a set, but it was the Reefton that I was mostly interested. Well, I was utterly interested in. That's the one thing that I wanted. Just have a look at the back of these. Okay, we move on slightly. Do we move on slightly? Yes. Well, as we're dealing with these, I'll show you the other covers that came regarding health stamps for children's health camps. First step towards a healthy nation. Here we've got Wellington, 1947, Mr. C. Hanson. Yeah. So they're a nice little collection in themselves. Now I've separated them in as much that these will go in my cover folder. Girl praying there. 1957, so it's still going on then. Health stamps, that's a lovely picture of a girl eating porridge. That's what we need. Eod in Welsh, porridge in English. That's exactly what we need today. Wellington, beautiful stamps, getting out in the fresh air, healthy stamps. Fantastic little collection there, which I enjoyed. But of course, the P.S. The Resistance is Reefton, which was the quartz capital of the world. It had electricity in the streets before London, before New York. It was what was the attraction there? Well, it was quartz, it was gold, it was precious things. Things. It's a thing, Jim. Why is everything always a thing? And indeed, poor old Herbert Coxall, he suffered badly from mining all his life, minus phthisis, which is some sort of tuberculosis type disease that miners had across the globe, known as the whole place, Reefton, was known as Quartzopolis, a bit like Metropolis but for quartz. Yeah, and thankfully they had, him and his wife Catherine had a lot of children. Some died because they died early, but others, including his son Herbert, he died in 1970. So time goes on, and Clarence in 1969, also in Reefton. So they had sons, and that's a they set down their roots there in a rough territory, rough. Beautiful now, but rough then. And just to finish off, I also bought, which I thought was a postcard at the time, but it isn't. It was just it's a photo of a postcard, I think, and it's the Buller Road, Reefton, New Zealand. So I'll expect that Reefton looked a little bit like that. And you can see the electric lights now. I'd better use this. You see the people shout. You see the electricity there going down. I mean, it had been unheard of before that. Well, it hadn't been heard of. It was brought out there. Wow. There's a person there. There's people gathering on the streets. There's no cars. There's no traffic wardens. There's no barber shops. There's no... I bet there's a bar. I bet there's a stores as well. So that is my little thingy-majiggy for today. So I'll sort these out now, but we'll just go back to this again. So a John Coxall family tree incorporating stamps. But stamps and covers I may have to answer there. Digger Coxall, gold hunter down under Australia, and his children. And I've decorated, as you know, with stamps. Yeah, 1937, so a bit previous with him. These are all the children that John and Rebecca Cann had. By the way, the Cann River in Australia is not named after John's wife, Rebecca Cann. I did look that up to see, but it's named after a Aborigine word. So we've got a lot of children going on, which of course they needed in those days. Hard times, difficult times, tragic times, heartbreaking times. Yeah. So this was meant to be a small one and a short one. What happened? When did they leave Glen, Osmond? Excitement was building, rumours of gold. Yeah, so the Catherine known as Kate was born in 1859, so it's, I'd say between 57 and 59, though. Probably, yeah, 59. I would say 59, they would be moving to the gold capital. Rebecca had now travelled from Glen Osmond to Creswick. Most likely reason of this digger to move can be summed up in one word: gold. Precious gold. We'll leave it at that for now. Thanks for watching. I'm very excited. I need to tidy this all up again now. Thank you for watching. I'll be putting this stuff away. Have a fantastic day. Sun's just about to come out. It's fish and chips day here in Britain, so I may be enjoying that traditional fare a little bit later. Have a great day. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Stamp collecting is fun.